I moved out of my parents' house a little over 6 months ago and got an apartment not too far from campus. Of course, my mom was dead set against me moving into a place of my own since I was only 18, but what could she do to stop me? I was of legal age to sign the lease, and I had a steady job that afforded me just enough to cover the low rent. Though she never fully got on board with the idea of her little boy leaving the nest, my dad backing me up went a long way in helping out. He understood that I was a college man now and that I need my own space in order to fully enjoy all the pleasures that college life had to offer. Once I moved out on my own, it didn't take long before my place became known as Party Central. When I wasn't swamped with homework or clocking in long hours at work, I was entertaining guests, which usually entailed some of my buddies and as many chicks as we could convince to join us. We'd party, laugh, and drink for hours, sometimes pulling all-nighters, ultimately finishing the night off by going out for breakfast at Denny's or IHOP. Tonight was shaping up to be another one of those fun-filled nights. Everything was going great. I had a nice little buzz going, and the one girl who's been flirting with me all night had a female friend that seemed to be equally interested in the both of us. I didn't want to jinx myself, but in the back of my mind, I couldn't help but think that I was close to boldly going where only a lucky few men have gone before. So while I was doing my best to stoke that fire throughout the course of the night, somebody had the bright idea to play a game of truth or dare. Personally, I fucking hated playing truth or dare, but that's only because I always ended up having to do some reckless shit. Obviously, I could opt to simply pick truth all night and make up lies, but that's for pussies. I like to consider myself a competitive guy, and when I play any game, I play for keeps. Besides, I usually found a great degree of satisfaction getting revenge on whoever dared me into embarrassment by daring them to do something even more outrageous. We all agreed to play, and within minutes the first acts of debauchery were underway. One of my friends was challenged to go streaking around my apartment complex. The two girls I'd been working on were dared to kiss one another, and in return they challenged two of my guy friends to do the same. Everybody carried out their dares like true champions, especially the girls. The passion they exuded when they kissed made my man parts happy with anticipation for actions I hoped would occur later that night just between the three of us. My mind was so preoccupied with those thoughts that before I knew it, it was my turn to pick truth or dare. And of course, I picked dare. I just hoped whatever I had to do didn't jeopardize my chances with the girls. I didn't have the slightest idea what would be asked of me, but that's when my darer, some guy I knew only through friends, asked me if I ever heard of the closet game. I answered no, and then I told him if it involves me going into the closet with anyone other than a female, he can fucking forget about it. He laughed and then told me it wasn't anything like that. He said the closet game was something he picked up from creepypasta. He said to play, all I have to do is go into a room and make sure that it was completely dark. From there, I would take a single match and go into that room's closet. It too would have to be totally dark. Once inside the closet, I would have to close the door and make sure that there was no visible light seeping in. I would have to stand in the darkness for at least 2 minutes without moving or speaking. After the 2 minutes were up, I was to raise the match in front of myself and speak the words, "Show me the light or leave me in darkness." He said I was to then listen for whispers in the darkness. The last part he said was most important. He said it was crucial that if I heard anything, I was to light a match in a hurry, exit the closet slowly, and make sure that I closed the door behind me. He said no matter what, I wasn't to open or look into the closet again without the lights being on. Truth be told, I honestly didn't have a problem with this. I felt like I was getting off easy compared to my buddies who were still gagging from their 10-second kiss, or my other friend who was sent out to streak and was now nervous because he believed one of my neighbors called the cops on him. All I had to do was go into a closet and disprove some stupid creepypasta. I grabbed a book of matches that I kept in my kitchen, and everyone followed me into my bedroom. I drew the blinds and turned out the bedroom and closet light, casting every inch of my room into utter darkness. The rules were repeated to me one last time before everyone filed out of my room, and as I headed into the closet and closed the door. In my head, I counted to 120, bored and ready to get this stupid shit over with. 117, 118, 119, 100 and... That's when my counting was disrupted by a faint noise. It was so low it was nearly inaudible, which led me to believe it was somebody outside the closet trying to scare me. I smiled as I placed my hand on the doorknob and said, "Nice try, asshole." Suddenly, as if it were right beside me, something whispered loudly in my ear. I could literally feel the heat of his breath blowing on the side of my face and neck. When I closed myself inside the closet, I knew for certain I was alone, but in that split instance, I knew that was no longer the case, and that terrified the living hell out of me. I practically exploded through the closet door, yelling out in fright. I slammed the door shut and braced my body against it as the others rushed into the room. Someone turned on the bedroom light, and I swear, I'll never forget how quickly all of their smiling faces shifted to looks of horror when they saw how scared I was. Someone even brought it to the attention of the others how pale I had suddenly gotten. The guy who issued my dare asked, "You heard something, didn't you?" I slowly nodded my head, and a voice quivering with fear, I said, "I felt it breathe on me." The guy who dared me gasped, "Holy shit," while several others said things like, "This isn't funny anymore," and "Are you serious?" My still rattling nerves prevented me from responding to any of them, but that's when my darer said to me, "Please tell me you remember to light the match before you left the closet." I had completely forgotten about the match. I told him I dropped it when the voice spoke to me. He looked at me like I just confessed to a murder. That's when I knew I was in trouble. I quickly suggested opening the closet door to retrieve the match and lighting it, but he urgently stopped me from opening the door. He said it was too late for that now. If I didn't light it before I left the closet, it was very likely that whatever I heard was still in there just waiting to be let out. One of my friends said, "I'm calling bullshit on the both of you." My friend then walked right up to us at the closet door, and being a bigger guy, he had no problem moving me aside and opening the door. He said hello in a playful fashion as he peered his head into the pitch black closet. The fun and games suddenly ended when he yelled out, "Oh shit!" To this day, I don't know what he saw, but the way he jerked his head out and slammed that door shut sent chills through my body. He stared at the door for several seconds in silence, completely ignoring everyone who was asking him what he saw. He turned away and left my apartment without saying a word. His weird behavior and speedy exit prompted all the others to leave too. Within minutes, I found myself alone and scared as shit. I barricaded the closet door with my dresser and a couple of chairs in the hopes that if anything was in there, those things would keep it in there, or at the very least, warn me if it was trying to get out. I made my bed in the living room that night, and after several anxiety-filled hours, I somehow managed to doze off. When I woke up, I was thankful as ever that it was daylight out. As I sat up on the couch, it suddenly dawned on me that I had class in the morning, and all of my clothes were hanging up in my bedroom closet. I got up from the sofa and headed towards my bedroom, moving with no real hurry behind my step. I was trying to decide whether or not I was going to be brave and open up my closet door, or continue being a coward for a little while longer and wear the clothes that were still on my back. I instantly reached my decision when I made it to my bedroom and saw that both the heavy dresser and two sturdy chairs I placed in front of the closet door the night before had been upended and pushed away from the door, but the closet door itself was still closed. I didn't have the guts to enter the room, so I studied the knocked over pieces of furniture from my position in the doorway, trying desperately to come up with a logical explanation as to how they got that way. I couldn't think of anything. I mean, it's not like we're talking about pieces of paper that could have been moved by a sudden gust of wind. These were bulky objects that would have had to been deliberately moved. Question was, what the hell moved them? It was then that something began pounding on my closet door from the inside and the knob began to violently jiggle. I didn't waste a second. I bolted towards the front door and left the apartment in a desperate hurry. I put as much distance between myself and that closet door as fast as I possibly could. I went straight to my parents' house and never looked back, despite my parents trying to convince me that I should at least go back to collect my things. In the days following my hasty departure from my very first home, I did some online research into the closet game, and what I found out was that the sole purpose of the Twisted game was to summon a demon. And while I came across plenty of postings that dismissed the closet game as nothing more than an urban legend, there were an eerie number of postings from people who claimed the game was very real, even sharing their experiences, which were disturbingly similar to mine. I have no doubt that I summoned an evil entity that night in my bedroom closet, and I strongly believe that evil being was trying to escape my closet the next day in order to come after me. Why it wanted me or what it wanted from me, I have no clue, but I haven't been back to that place ever since. I don't want any of my things from there either, because I read somewhere on the internet that demons can attach themselves to virtually anything in order to further haunt and torment the owner. I talked to my landlord and I agreed to keep making monthly rent payments to him until my lease was up. That was the only way I could keep him from dragging me into court. So here I am, right back where I started at my parents' house. My long nights of partying have been put on hold, as has my once blooming social life. I'm rebuilding my wardrobe from scratch, but since I had to buy new books for all of my classes and a brand new laptop for school, I've been forced to do all of my clothes shopping at Goodwill. Hey, don't knock it till you try it. But regardless of all my setbacks, I'm as happy as ever. I learned the hard way that you can't put a price tag on peace of mind, and had I stayed at that apartment, I'm fairly certain I would have never had a second's peace or enjoyed a sound night of sleep again. I have to admit, I feel an undeniable sense of calm and safety being back in the bedroom I had grown up in, sleeping in the same bed that is just as comfortable now as it was back when I first got it 6 years ago. And the fact that both of my parents were just down the hall if I needed them was the biggest comfort of all. Maybe my mom was right. Maybe I wasn't quite ready to move out on my own after all. I let off a sigh of relief as I nestled comfortably under my covers. I closed my eyes and slowly drifted into sleep. Within seconds, my eyes opened wide and my heart started to rapidly race. I awoke hearing the same banging and doorknob jiggling that I heard back in my apartment. But unlike the apartment, there wasn't a lock on this closet door to keep it closed. Sadly, I only remembered that crucial detail after the door had begun to slowly ease open.